Hey everybody, welcome to single player. Yeah, but bet you were surprised to see single player. So, essentially, this is the rough idea of what I'm building for my base. Arguably, it is smaller in scale than my last base. But in regards to like pure detail, this is going to be a much more intricate design. And I'm still working the kinks out of. But in this mod pack, there is a collection of items called the schematic cannon and the schematic table. And essentially what that allows us to do is, hang on, let me see if I can actually demonstrate this. So there should be, yes, I think we need this. Yes, this is what we need, okay. So if we need to find the block that's the furthest out. So set that as the first position. And we need to go all the way like over here. And let's just build up a pillar here, so that way we have something to reference. Second position set. Ah, you see? This did not quite work out. Because we need to... Okay. We need to account for that front too. Essentially what we can do is we can copy paste this entire build and in theory we can put it on the server. So let's name this test. So now if we go to a schematic table, and I get a empty schematic, and we load in test, we now have a schematic which we can rotate the build, and we just boom, and we just copied over our schematic to a new location. This is that in its entirety. And what we can do is we can upload that schematic file to the server itself, and everything that would be within these concrete blocks would be placed onto the world. And the way we build it is with this schematic cannon. So now, if we take this schematic cannon here, and we throw in that, actually, and we get a book. Hang on, let's get a book. Let me just search for book. Schematic not positioned. Oh, okay, I gotta pick a position, right. Let's position it there. where's the cannon? Oh, is it on top of the cannon? I think it is. Yeah, it was. And let's rotate. There we go. Okay. So now that the schematic is printed, it gives a list of materials. And in this, it will tell me exactly everything that's needed for this build. So now what I can do is I can get a double chest. Actually, oh wait, chests are... I can get a double chest, place it there, and then just gather the materials. So we need 4 stacks and 27 of, black concrete. We need 26 blocks of gold. We'll just do full stacks because we're in creative and we can afford to do that because we're in creative. We need 7 stacks plus 1 of blue concrete. The concrete is actually like... Let's just do 8 stacks. $54 blue nether brick slab. Which, I can actually get that. $50 blue nether brick stairs. And basically, the whole idea of what we're doing is we're going to use this cannon on the server to build the base for us, effectively. But in order to do that, we need to build a schematic in single player. 8 chiseled marble. Is this chiseled? No, that's for... It's marble arch. Chiseled marble. Engraved marble is what we need now. I think this is the engraved. No. There it is, that's engraved. Again, just gonna throw in a stack because I'm trying to just demonstrate what this does. That should be enough, right? Oh, I need black concrete. I think I've already done black concrete, actually. Ooh, okay, I don't have enough lime orange. Yeah, I don't have enough lime orange. Or yellow. I don't have enough yellow either. But effectively, now that we've pretty much filled up that chest, if we go to our materials here, we give it a stack of gunpowder, and then we hit play, it should start building up the base with the materials it has access to. Which, as you can see, it is indeed placing blocks. It seems to be quiet. Okay, yeah, it's because I have my block sounds down. Essentially, we are literally just setting ourselves up with this schematic to just have this cannon build our base for us on the server. Except we won't be using any concrete blocks with the actual build. Because there's really no point to that. Ideally, on stream today, we will take this copy of the schematic and replace the concrete with usable blocks that will look nice in regards to construction. As you can see, I've already kind of started working out pillar designs and what is this called, a pauldron? And I have a build palette as well. So, while this cannon's over here, using materials and, placing blocks over and over again, we're going to go over here, and we are going to try and make this base happen. And then I'll copy it over, and I'll have Bo upload it to the server, because, he can do that. So we're going for a more traditional, not necessarily traditional, like classical Greek and Roman styled structure, kind of like the Parthenon. So you can kind of see that with the fronts here, which I do want to try and possibly replicate towards the back here, which is going to be interesting considering the pillars are right there, whereas on the front, the pillars are not a factor and do not necessarily get in the way, even though in reality they kind of do in a sense. But ideally, by the time the stream is done, we will have cleaned up any issues with the design, and it will look nice. That's the ideal scenario. Now, will it actually, be this way? I have no idea. But I am willing to give it a shot. And also, if you do happen to have suggestions on ways to make the base feel different, and you'll just overall feel a little cleaner, I am all for hearing out alternate suggestions. I just want to work on my base and finalize a design. Looks almost identical. Just missing a few details, like I absolutely layered in slabs underneath. In order to make that feel more substantial. Yep, that is looking like a copy of that. Now, this is an area where I was a little curious what to do. I'm still trying to figure it out. I have a rough idea of what I might do, but nothing concrete. Because the thing about this is this zone just melds into the... Well, it just melds into the rest of the base. It doesn't really exist as its own entity. So I'm wondering if that is an object I need to move inwards a block. Or is that a part I need to omit? That might be a part I need to omit. Might need be a part to omit there. Just take that out. Perhaps what we do then is we push should this be an open air segment then? I'm not sure what to do with this transition point between the two areas here. But what I do know is now that we have the rough shape of the beginning, I'm going to take out these concrete arches here. And we're going to try and fill in the roof the rest of the way. That way we can just move on. And build up the base the rest of the way. Now the question is, do I want to use this marble, or do I want to use one of these other blocks that I have available to me for the roof? Well, hang on. I think I wanted the roof to be a mix of prismarine and dark prismarine slabs, just because they're a little easier. Not the easiest thing to use, but like it'll give a nice contrast. in regards to the overall look of the build. So let's do the stripped warp stem here. This is a block I don't really get to use this very often. So I'm gonna try and use it. I'm gonna try and make that work. Okay. Let me slab this here like that. Now that looks too bright. I don't like this. I don't like the stripped log. And that's too red. What if we went for dark prismarine slabs? Oh, that's better. That is arguably better. Okay, yes. I like going with the dark prismarine slabs. I think that will do the trick. And maybe from there, we just keep alternating. That's a bit bright. We keep alternating patterns for the roof. Meaning the further down it goes, the lighter the color typically gets. Which we're already at a slight problem due to the selection of blocks we have already hitting its lightest color. But the thing is, we're literally going to wrap a border of blue nether brick around the whole thing. So, considering that, what we need to figure out is what is the wait, did the gazelles get copied? Wait. Yo, that's kind of funny if the gazelles got copied over. Yeah, okay, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. How are you doing? How are you building up? Ah. So you've already laid out the first thing, eh? Yeah, we did not provide this thing with enough material. It's not going to finish that. But it's a proof of concept. And by proof of concept, I mean it is absolutely working. It's building up. It's building up as we speak. As we prototype, as we build, it's creating. So I wonder if right here, is a good place for those. Okay, that's not bad actually, because it gives a border. And then let's go for prismarine slabs here. And then let's go for these slabs. Let's double up on these slabs, actually. Let's double up on those slabs, do a little bit of wood here, just to break things up. And then we have one more row here, so let's try inserting some dark prismarine and see how that looks. If we nail the roof, the rest of the build is going to be easy, because the rest of the build is honestly going to be a bunch of pillars and open air. The roof is going to be the hard thing. Which, that's not bad, but I don't know if I like it. I feel like there could be a different pattern that we run with. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the best way it is to, like, I wonder, should we double up on every material? So go wooden here. I like the warped slabs for sure. I know I like these. I like the way these pair with the dark prismarine, and I like the way the dark prismarine, and I like these three colors. These three colors kind of mesh really well. Should I just make the whole roof the wooden slabs then? Except for, like, that middle portion? Oh, wait, no, I don't need to do that, technically. I can use the blue brick as, like, an intermediary block. Okay, I'm liking that better than these two. So those can go, that can go, and these can be taken out. These are too light in their color. I'm not keeping these. I'm taking these out. These are not going to stay in this build at all. So if we did 2, 2, so that means I should do, okay, maybe, perhaps what I do is I do dark prismarine slabs here next to these logs, because I do like the logs. I think the logs add some good, add a good contrast for that part of the build. And we just do another set of 2 blue brick. That I like. I like that. That looks good. I feel like I know the direction I want to take this now. So rip this out because I'm not going to use those blocks. Okay. So we're going to add a second layer of wood, because that looks nice. And it's just what we're going to do. But now we're going to do 2 layers of these bricks. Now we're going to do 2 layers of warped slab. And now we're going to do 2 more layers of brick. Now we're going to throw in a layer of dark prismarine slabs. To break everything up. And now we get to the tricky part, because there's supposed to be a hallway that goes in right here. And this intersects with a pillar right there. So the main issue is, how do we handle this intersection? Because the pillar, we can shave the pillar down. Like shaving the pillar down to make room for the support beam. Technically speaking, not a problem. Because boom, we can easily just do that. And now we have our supporting beam all the way going across. But there is also going to be, there's got to be some kind of roof here. Is it going to be another archway? Probably not, because there's already a lot of those going on, and I don't know if I could cleanly make that match. Ooh, real quick. Is the cannon... Ooh, the cannon has run out of materials. Missing orange concrete. It literally will not continue until it gets its orange concrete, huh? Not that continuing this build is necessary. I like the cannon. I think it's fun. I think this cannon is a very fun item. So I'm wondering, because this is just a walkway. Hang on real quick. I gotta check on something. I'm gonna switch real quick and I'll be back. Alright, I apologize for the interruption. Something was just going on upstairs, had to check on that. Roof. Roof for this middle section here. So the thing about this middle section is it's going to be just... The thing about this base is it's mostly going to be open air. I don't plan for there to be that many walls. So, in regards to, like... In regards to sections like this, should this part just be open air? Or should there be a ceiling of some kind? And if there is a ceiling of some kind, what kind of ceiling should it be? Like, because here's the floor of the second layer here. This is the second floor. This is going to be where I spend most of my time. This is where I'm going to live. Everything else underneath it is just for show. So, really don't want to intrude too much here. There's going to be a wall of some kind, though. Like, this is going to be one of the few areas that actually is kind of surrounded in a wall. So I'm wondering if what needs to happen is... We just gotta... Okay, well, we can't stack that on top of that, but we can do that. So I'm wondering if what needs to happen is we just need to take the roof here and just extend it out, but with blocks that are compatible to the ceiling. So, like, it would be something along these lines. Nothing too fancy, because it's not supposed to be that fancy. Is that my cat? Hang on. Alright. Apologies again. Kitty was complaining. Still not really sure why. But Kitty was complaining, and when Kitty complains, you listen. You listen when the cat complains. It's just a given. You don't have a choice. Arguably, probably we just gotta keep this section simple. If I'm not happy with it on the server, I can always just change it. But, yeah. Oh, it looks like it quit building again. We're just gonna throw this section together, because I don't really know what to do with this section. But it is an important section nonetheless, and it needs to be addressed. And the thing about the ceiling is every single part of it, there is a high chance of a pillar actively interacting with this ceiling. I think that works. Just something subtle, something small. Let me guess, you ran out of green. Oh, ruined marble. You're placing ruined marble? Why are you placing ruined marble next? Oh, it looks like you're building up that face. Okay. Very interesting. I mean, of course, I'll keep the idea of these logs going throughout the entire perimeter here, because I like them, and we will keep the... and we will just move the brick to match. Now, I'm not sure how exactly the logs and the bricks are going to interact with this segment here just yet, so I'm stopping the bricks short, because we have a whole other roof section to do. This is reminding me of the one stream I did on Laws, where it was just like, I hate roofs, and all I did that stream was roofs. So this is going to be where the wall goes. So I need to... I'm just going to replicate the roof design over here, because I actually quite like the idea that we have for this roof so far. So I'm just gonna port it over. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? There's no reason to fix something that ain't broke. Excuse me. Yeah, we would continue that on the other side, although the other side doesn't have its, the other side doesn't yet have the other materials. Is my cat fussing again? She is. What is it? Maiden, what is it? Why are you here? I am a little bit in the middle of something, Maiden. Look, I get that I cleaned up earlier and you're not happy. Oh, hello. Oh. Cat on the headphone jack. Cat. Cat. Oh, good grief. Good grief. Am I not allowed to stream without you digging your claws into my leg? Hey, what are you doing? Why are you here? Meow, meow, meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Over, over, over. Just, yeah, cat. The cat has arrived, folks. She's not happy about something, but I am not. I've already gone upstairs twice to look into it. So she can just meow here. We'll probably just double layer the dark prismarine then. And then what we do is we take out that corner, go all the way back here. What is it, Maiden? So now we get to figure out how these sections interact with each other. For one thing, that should be a lower block, not an upper block. Arguably, that's not a terrible solution right there. It's not bad. Just take that out. Perhaps we get a warped hyphae. Do that. So that way it just... What? What is it? Why are you here? Why do you keep just meowing? I've only been down here for an hour. Okay, technically an hour and like 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes to set up, but still. This stream has not gone according to plan. That whole segment of wall, that's probably not going to be there. Like, this block is probably going to be warped stem. No, leave that brick. We'll do that, so that way it looks like it's kind of supported there. We'll do that so it's kind of supported there, yeah. Just to buy ourselves a little bit of time. So now we just repeat the process. Wait, is the cannon going or is the cannon stopped? I think the cannon has stopped. Why is the cannon stopped? What block are you asking for? Marble. Maiden, why are you just here? Marble arch? You should have marble arches. Good grief. Anyway, back to filling in this schematic over here. So that way I can copy everything onto the server. The sad thing about it is it's not like creative mode where it'll just place. I have to physically go out and get all of these materials. But I do have 2 spawners that will be perfect for farming prismarine with. I just gotta find a fossilized guardian egg. But once I do that, it should be no problem at all, honestly. I will say I do actually like this darker tone we've gone with for the roof. I feel like this is a better combination of blocks than the pure prismarine and prismarine brick. Those are just a little too bright, and we've got a lot of brightness going on in this build already with the various concrete colors. No, we're going more for a quartz and marble kind of build style, which is already just shining flashlight colors, like bright white. So anything to break up the solid sheet that will be this base from like subtle block palette changes in the build itself to the roof, I feel like we'll go a long way. So building up this is going to be very helpful. Now what did I do over here? I did 2 and then warped. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So and then we do warped but warped stemmed pretty much all the way over here, because this is a completely different segment of the build here. Change that to a lower. Bring the trim around the logs until it hits there, and then we're gonna have to stop that because we don't really know what's going on in that segment so far. But that's a pretty good roof design so far, and that was mainly what was my primary concern, was getting the roof to look right. But it's looking like we are getting there in regards to that. So now I'm gonna probably, once I finish this section here, of course, this final roof. What is it, Maiden? Do you have the hiccups? Is that why you're so moody? Do you have the hiccups? Do you have hiccups? Is that why you're so moody? Is that why you're so moody, Maiden? Do you just have the hiccups? Is that why? You just have to you have the hiccups. You have the hiccups? You have the hiccups. You're just gonna keep meowing? You're just gonna keep meowing under the desk? My microphone is detecting you purring. I don't know if I like that. Okay. So we're gonna just immediately take out these things here. And we're gonna replace them with the warped log. Because that is just what we're running with for this build. Oh, Kitty's readjusting. Alright, so I used stairs here. I guess that makes sense that I use stairs here. This is a much steeper segment. So if I use stairs, it's looking like I use stairs for every single one of these. So that's going to be very interesting in regards to my pattern that I've been following. Is that pattern was more meant for slabs. Which in theory it can work on stairs too. It's just not going to be as pretty. Okay. So that's that one. Now, the question is, do I repeat the golden creeper face on the back of the build or not? I'm thinking not. Like, for smaller ones, like for the smaller sections, I feel like that's okay. But I don't know if I want to dedicate that much gold. Because there's already going to be a lot of gold from the two front faces, this one back face, this back face, and that front face. Why, maiden? Why'd you sit up all of a sudden, You see the same thing playing on 3 screens? You're like, what the hell is going on here? I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Let me actually go check on that cannon. I want to check on the cannon. While Maiden is clawing my knee for no good reason. Marble brick. Good grief. Well, yeah, still building. I've already got the area prepped for that cannon on the server. I just need to get the schematic built. So that's what we're doing. We're working on a schematic, and we're gonna need dark prismarine. We're gonna need warped stairs, and we're gonna need dark prismarine stairs at the very least. And we're also, first off, let's rip out this. I don't see a point to keeping this around. So the stairs are going to be interesting. Because in order to keep the trim consistent with the rest of this roof, I should do the stairs like this here. Now this top part, It's on a 2-block center, but it's 6 blocks long. I mean, I guess I could do it all, I mean, this is the very top. What if I just did, what if I did this for the middle two? Oh! Kitty has jumped down. If I do that for the middle two, then I should be able to... Yes, 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 that works, that works, that works. It's a relatively flat top, but again, no one's really going to be looking at the top that often. I mean, yeah, sure, people will be flying in, but still. I feel like looking at the roof is going to be doing this build a disservice. Okay, so now I can do the stairs, which are going to be very interesting. Placing stairs already kind of sucks. So the fact that I have chosen to use stairs for this roof, I mean, technically on the server I won't have to place the stairs. I'm just complaining about the stairs because I have to deal with them in creative mode, which is arguably easy mode in regards to placing stairs, because I can just instantly break them if they're not in the right spot. But still. Oh, stairs. Okay. I'm going to try and keep the pattern from the other ones as best I can. Fortunately, I've built the entire base around a 2-block center, so even patterns are ideal in this situation. Stairs. Placed properly. Okay. That should be alright. I don't see any immediate problems with that. Yeah, stop placing incorrectly, you little frickin' nit. I'll be right back. Alright, I apologize again. My mother came home and needed a little bit of help, so I helped her, because that's what you're supposed to do. So we're just gonna try and finish all the roofs in this stream, at the very least. And once we have that part figured out, I feel like I can do the rest off camera and then just start recording the next episode when the when the schematic is uploaded and we're ready to actually use it. Because technically, I do have the next episode of ESMP edited and ready to upload. So after we finish the stream, I'll start uploading it, and you'll see it later tonight. Well, it is if you're the one person that's watching live right now. If you're watching this later, the video will have already been up. Please, just place. Okay. So we have this roof. We have a transition roof that I'm not completely happy with, but I'm accepting it as is for now because I don't have any other better ideas. We have this half of the first roof done. We have that roof finished, and that really only leaves this roof here that is going to be tricky because I don't have the rest of the... Ooh, wait, I did not mean to do that. I can get those blocks back. The thing about this build that I didn't account for was it looked too stubby. And so when I showed it to Shrigus, he was like, why don't you add a little extra on the back? And so I did. But I never did actually, like, fill this out with the mock pillars. So now we're just kind of... We're kind of just playing catch-up a little bit with these. Just trying to figure out the best way to get them all in the same... Okay, we don't want that. We want that. So if that's the support beam, and this support beam goes... Okay, I say support beam. They're not really support beams, but they're like visual guides to show me where does the roof start, where does the roof end. And how far does it go? So probably what'll happen is we will... Now, in regards for like transition, do something like that. Or stack, that works. We expand like that. And I'm not going to worry too much about this section because this is a whole other part of the build that's a cylinder. And I'm not going to worry about making the roof round the cylinder. Not at this time, anyway. So if we follow... If we follow this... In theory, what this will do is it will collide with these here, which it does, which gives me my new, okay, well, not necessarily new, but it does actually like fill out the rest of this roof area that I wasn't sure how to tackle because there's the big square in the middle. Because again, that upper portion is going to be one of the few areas with like actually solid, tangible walls. With that being the case, you know, the roof, instead of just continuing on, it just quits. It quits right here, and it just, you know, keeps going. And then we have the, that. And then we just extend them all down. So it would be like, leave those in place for now. Leave those in place for now because I don't know if I'm going to repeat the facade or not. And until I know how to, if I'm going to repeat the facade, I'm not sure if I have anything to base the front trim on. So I'm going to wait and hold off on that. Yep. I was kind of hoping a lot of people would show up to this stream, so that way we could have chat interaction, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. Okay, yeah. I really do like this roof design, this pattern for the roof. It actually does work very well. So at least there's that. At least I know for a fact that the roof pattern is good. That was one of my big concerns, was getting the roof to feel right. The only part of the roof I'm not happy with right now is that one. And I don't know how to make myself happy with that one. And I absolutely don't think I'll be able to make myself happy with it in one stream. So... yes, it's a roof. It is a roof, indeed. Although, to be fair, it's a nice roof. Wait, did the cannon quit? Oh, it looks like the cannon quit. What did you run out of now? Lime concrete. The cannon ran out of lime concrete. Rip, rip, rip. For those of you that are just now joining, this is the tool that I want to use to build my base with. It's called the schematic cannon. And basically, with Create, I can make a schematic of my build here. I can have Bo upload that to the server. And then the cannon, as long as it's provided with the materials it needs, it will build. So on the server, I've already crafted the cannon and the schematic table necessary to pull the information and use it. And I've already set up a system of chests, because this base is going to require a lot of materials. It already requires a lot of materials for the hollowed out version. So, right now, we're just working on the roof design, and I'll probably call it here, because I've been streaming for an hour after we finish. After we finish this, I'll call it, because I've been streaming for an hour. But for anyone that is watching this after the stream has ended, I don't know if anybody that is subscribed to me actually watches my stream replays back. But if you are someone that does, and you see me saying this, feel free to comment any kind of feedback on the build as you see it right now progressing, mainly focusing around the roof, because that is what we've been working on for an hour and a half. The big thing with this base, honestly, is, again, I've said this before, but there's going to be very few walls, technically speaking. Yeah, this upper segment, it has walls. But everything below here, it's just going to be a collection of pillars. Like, every single blue square here is a pillar. All of these are pillars. Like, and these are going to be pretty big pillars as well. Like, it's not that the building is going to look structurally weak. It's going to have big, beefy pillars holding it all up. It's just a matter of making those pillars look right, which is another thing I want to do, but I don't know if I have time to do that today. Probably don't. I'm just going to go ahead and try to match the, I mean, we'll know if it worked if all of these mesh, which it's looking like they will. Sorry, do those slabs match? Oh, they do. Okay. That is an inconsistency that needs to be addressed. There. That is an inconsistency that needs to be addressed immediately. Which I can clean up the trim easily. It's just a matter of I'm trying to just make sure the roof shape is correct. Because technically speaking, I need to continue these pillars. So like that. Oh, there's 4 spaces between. Okay, well that's not going to work in this segment. I'll figure out the pillars. I'll figure them out. Because this is the main... Like, this is the front here. Okay, this is the front. So you're walking... Now let's go all the way over to the cannon here, because it looks like it's stopped again. Of course, we're out of the yellow concrete. Does it matter that this cannon keeps running? No. I just want it to. Anyway, so you're walking up to the base. Oh, look at this impressively tall base right here. Amazing facades with the gold. So pretty. And this is the main entrance. Visualize with me, if you will, a massive hallway of pillars where you can see the sun coming through the sides and, you know, floating some kind of chandelier hanging from the ceiling. This part is ceiling too, but there will be like an elevator to take you up to this floor. And then you can just walk straight out the back, or you can turn left, and you can walk over this direction, and you see more of these open air floor plans, just more roof. Which there will be a ceiling between the roof and you, like, at the bottom of the facades, I'm going to put a ceiling, like, just a layer of blocks that are just flat to the eye, so that way I can hang things from the ceiling and store things in the quote-unquote attic space, because there's going to be more than one attic. And then over here I plan to put my astral sorcery crafting table, one I have yet to make, but I plan to put it here because I want to get into that mod for myself. Cheese provided me all of the knowledge, and that's great, but I want to do things with that mod on my own. I want to see what it can do. So yeah. Guess that's the stream. I'm going to call it here. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in and watching. This is the beginning of my base. Actually, really quick, I can show you where I've set up the cannon on the server. If I go here, it's loading in. It's taking it a little bit. Oh, gravity pulls me down immediately. So we're going to go over here. We're going to make it day really fast. Alright. Creeper minion, don't do that. So as you can see here, I have the cannon ready to go. And this is where I'm going to store all the materials for the build. I'm going to load them into this chest, and they're just going to siphon all the way down here. So that way, I don't have the problem that I have in the creative world where the cannon keeps running out of materials. I can just constantly give it the materials it will need. At all times. And yeah. That's it for this enhanced survival stream. We're working on covering this big platform here. And yeah. I'll see you all in the next one. I'm gonna work on uploading the next episode tonight. It's already edited. I gotta get a thumbnail together. So yeah. Goodbye.